Hello my cappuccinos, welcome back to another mapping video. Yeah. Well, today is episode 13 after we have, the war. No spoilers, please don't spoil. Yeah, so I also updated the province layer. I barely updated it, but I updated. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Never mind. That's not fixed. What am I saying? What am I saying? Shit. Green team. I'm just gonna update all the, stability layers, or some of the stability. I'm just gonna start with green team stability. Well, let's just say they're kinda, they're doing what they're doing. They're becoming a bit less stable. Not crippled, but partially crippled from the war. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to be partially crippled from the war. I don't know. Oh, also, family tree updates. Did I show you this? No, I don't. No, I didn't. I didn't show you guys this. This is a family tree update. What's the purple guy? I also have the blue team here. Got this weird shenanigans. What type of what guy? So anyways, okay. Then we have. Well, go back over here. This is actually gonna happen, not somewhat simultaneously, but a bit after the war. Or no, maybe there's 6 months left of the war happening over here when they start their war over here. It's another gold, gray war over here where they kind of, they want to become a major superpower in the region. So they... Wrong layer! So they... Excuse me. And they'll start to invade over here and here, and yeah, I mean, this is going even better than the war before. They're trying to, push back, which they do successfully. Take back the city. But that's about it. Taking more over here. Almost getting the capital, but they have to kind of defend their capital. Moving in here, and it's looking really bad, and they even managed to take the capital. Please, we'll surrender, just don't kill us, so yeah, and looking at the provinces, because that's useful for this, they can probably take, a little bit, this province, and maybe even this province also along with it. They did a lot in this war, so yeah, I'm gonna allow them to take all of this area, so boom, and they give them back their capital. So that's the second gray gold team war. I gotta call it something. The the second Dromidian War, sure. That's what we're calling it, because it's, I feel like it. So yeah, they're doing pretty strong against them. Yes. Yeah, so, good for them. And, well... of course, instability continues. So there's some protests in the dark blue team because, well, their leader kind of just lost a war, so people don't find him trustworthy. So they decide, so there's this prominent military general over here. This is the purple guy that is I can lead the country better than he ever will, than this guy ever has. And the people listen. I mean, he's elected ruler. Well, he does, I'm gonna give him, for plot reasons, potential future plot reasons, we're gonna give him a son. So he himself is gonna get executed because the people don't like him. Yeah, crazy. But his son's not gonna die, so his line's gonna continue. I might want to... Actually, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with that, but I might want to do something in the future. This is literally just me being transparent. I might want to do something with that line. So yeah, now this is the first time the blue team has really switched dynasties. Like, they switched kind of around the dynasty where they were, like, located here and here, but this is kind of the first time they really switched dynasties to a new dynasty over here, with this military general. And of course, because they switched dynasties, this is not, I mean, you would think maybe you make this stability better, but no. There's some people that like the old ruler, and this really, well, sets their stability to dark red. I haven't updated, you know, any of these, you know, borders yet. So, 45. Oh yeah, I realized they're the only red country, so they're the only one I need to change. So yeah, the dark blue team's that really bad. I haven't something for the lavender team yet. I gotta update that. My bad, guys. I'll update that later. But yeah, dark red, not stable. Some people would say practically unstable. No, just me. We're also gonna have some of the teams just expanding in general. We got the red team done, kind of post-war expansion, I guess. The red team, you know, won the war, so they're gonna have money to expand. So the rose team could expand feasibly, like if they wanted to, if they really want to, but they're not going to expand because, well, you know, they just lost a war. We're also gonna have more exploration, just more exploration in general, because I realized I've been keeping the exploration borders kind of close to the actual borders. We're gonna have more exploration down here, around here. We're gonna have. You're gonna thin stretch, but like we're gonna, you know, kind of get them in deeper inland like this. You see how I'm kind of going deeper for future uses. Deep in there. Yeah, so they're gonna explore more inland. There's also a bit of a mountain range here, so not as deep, I guess. But yeah, so they're gonna expand the red team a bit, and so will the green team. The green team's, yeah, definitely the biggest team here right now. Wrong layer. Dang, I hate when I do that. The green team's gonna expand over here and land here. You know, just general expansion here. So it's the pink team, because, you know, they also won the war, even though they're kind of partially crippled from what happened. And the orange team's mostly gonna expand east, because if we look at the elevation map, that's kind of, this is where all the hills are. So this is where, like, most of the arable land will be, eastwards rather than northwards. So we might actually see like a disbalance on them shifting eastwards rather than northwards here. I also want to focus a bit more here. You know, just general expansion things. Slow expansion with cab. Dark blue team, too crippled right now, but the purple team, yeah, they're gonna do their thing. Yeah, there we go. Okay. A little bit of expansion goes a long way. Yeah, so yeah, so they have been over here, and yeah, I'll give them a little, yeah, we're gonna have the pale blue team here, which is, I mean, yeah, no, I used to be the strongest team, but gold team's looking a bit stronger, actually. Gonna capture this volcano over here. I think it's volcano. And also this island that kind of goes along with it. But they're gonna thicken up a bit here. So they're really off balance here. Yeah. Off balance, according to, like, lake-wise. Yeah, here, I don't know what to do here. They can just... I don't know, I could do what I did to the mid-team. They could die if I'll care. Oh, hey. I mean, it's kind of true, though. They could die if I'll care. I really don't care. Yeah. So, you know, the slow expansion. Yes. So, now, well, of course, we have the dark blue team, being really unstable. You know, dark red stability. Some of this is gonna be bled out in steam by not even the original ruler, just a random other military general, because there's multiple military generals. That we're gonna have like a dark blue rebellion up here in the northwest. These were like kind of the nationalists. Remember how they moved their capital and said like we're still here, so this is technically gonna be their capital. They're not. I'm not gonna show that yet because, well, I'm too lazy. So we're gonna have them just kind of, you know, have a fight here because, well, you know, they're gonna fight crazy. So, you know, the dark blue team's definitely stronger. They're not gonna quite take their capital area, so they're gonna kind of skirt back in here. And even start here, just start to attack them a little bit inwards, taking this major city. So they're being a bit formidable, really, because, well, their military is a bit dysfunctional because, well, you know, dark red stability. They take back this city and this city. In due time, they kind of encircle their capital area here, pushing them back from the mainland. So this is a short-lived rebellion, but hey, you know, it can't all be longer. So this wasn't super important, but this really, I'm using this to show their instability right now, really, more than anything, rather than putting real threat, just showing that they're unstable, other than just using words and saying they're unstable. Yeah. So, also, you know, we have all these teams expanding, and all this going well, but, well, you know what happens with all this. Well, so you know how the gray team and the gold team just had a war? Well, there's no such thing as peace treaties in this day and age, really. And they're like, you know, what's stopping, you know, how about there is a peace treaty? There's a peace treaty, a short peace treaty, but they just decide, yeah, why did we even let them live the first time? Let's just put them out of their misery. And, oh, that was quick. 2 months. 2 months, he said. And this time, they're playing an Uno Show 'em No Mercy card. Yeah, if you understand that reference, then, good for you. So they're adding a new city into their collection. This is my way of showing you this is not a bluff, I guess. They're adding a new city into their collection. And, you know, of course, removing that capital city. And now that, literally last episode, the Dark Blue Team Empire fell, now there's a new empire, the Golden Empire. The Golden Empire. And, they don't even try to hide it. The Pale Blue Team is their next, you know, target. They want to unify this whole kind of lake area. But, you know, that's not gonna happen quite yet. I mean, probably not. I mean, they literally deleted, you know, killed all of the gray team in, like, basically one episode, but, like, you know, they're not gonna do anything quite too drastic yet. They're just gonna explore in these areas, because they kind of feel like it. Yeah, so we have them just, you know, generally doing well. Gold team, you know, doing well. Look at the gap here. There's still a pretty sizable gap, actually. You know, I actually kind of want to try to close that gap a bit. I feel like closing that gap. Also, the settlement of gray team and a little bit of pale blue, but mostly gray people that, you know, kind of got kicked out of their area, decide, you know what? Let's go explore and find an area that we find suitable. So looking at the terrain map, now all of this is hilly. You know, I'm gonna keep on, oh, never mind. I'm gonna keep on looking at the terrain map until we get some good. So they're actually gonna go pretty far. And really, actually, I mean, there's like one river here. There's a couple rivers here. They are going to settle for here. Around this area, this peninsula. I'm gonna get this looking better. So they're gonna settle around this peninsula over here, doing a lot of exploration to get here. A lot actually. Yeah, they did a lot of mountain exploration because they wanted somewhere that's flat And nice, but it pulled off. They're survived. Like, maybe half of them died, but you know, they're alive. Somehow. They're alive somehow. Whoa. And they are going to become gray, like a lighter, or no, darker gray. Slightly darker gray. You know, what if, yeah, I'll set that to be slightly bluer. So, like, it's a bluish gray, let's just call them bluish gray, I guess. So we have a bluish gray country forming over here. Taking this flat land and, forming, you know, a nation here, so. And we can give them capital right here on the edge of this peninsula. So yeah, honestly, they're living pretty prosperously. There's a good, you know, amount of water here, but they really expanded far along here. Far along this coast to find better lands. Definitely better, yeah. So, you know, well, that just happened. I don't know what to say other than, you know, that happened and that was cool. Because I can't, like, I like to pretend I'm good at talking, but in reality, it's not always true. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, if you know what I mean. But I mean, we have this team over here. Why not another team the other direction? Why not? I mean, like, I guess. If you couldn't tell, I'm coming up with having another. I expected one team, but I'm making up having two teams. I was expecting one team, but two teams, that's like two teams too many. So they're gonna explore down here. Just kind of explore till they feel right, and feel like it's a good area to explore to. I want to put them closer, but not too close. So, speaking of not too close, they find a good flat river valley, kind of. Yeah, no, this peninsula specifically. They're gonna center around this peninsula. Remind me. Here. They're gonna center around this peninsula, so we actually got them getting pretty close, which honestly, this is a bit closer than I thought. I thought we would be like here and like here, but like, nah, they're getting pretty close around here, and they are, you know, how this is like a gray blue country. We're gonna make this like a white country, not like white, but like pretty light white. So, oh wait, no, opposite direction. You don't even see what I'm doing because you're blind or something. Something like that. So we have like a white country, not white, but I guess a bit of a silvery color, very light gray, forming around here. So yeah, because they can, and they feel like it, and you know, they want to be a little bit isolationist. Well, eventually they're probably going to become less isolationist because there's going to be a lot of trade going through here between the two areas. It's going to be like Europe and China, I guess. China. So yeah, we got the capital here, and I'm doing pretty well for themselves because, you know, they get to be themselves in their own land. So you can see there's a very small gap between these two countries now that's been formed. And, yeah. Honestly, yeah, because it's more interesting, I'm gonna say that they actually created multiple in their wake. Dang, I did that wrong. I know this is probably less important part of the video. I feel like everybody's clicking off by now, but let's have like a little like faint blue, like a, you know, lavender, you know what I mean, a subtle blue. Why am I forgetting the name? But so we're gonna have the, you know, country here, and they're gonna settle this, you know, peninsula horn area. We getting nope, not on YouTube, not on YouTube. Yeah, so they're gonna form capital here, and well, this video is actually pretty short today, but yeah, I think that's probably gonna have to be all. Gonna be all for today, and well, you know what they say, and I say goodbye, my campers.